Bon dia! Today we are going to explore Panama Viejo.
Yes, Panama Viejo is the original settlement here in Panama City. The original Panama City dates way back to the early 1500s, I think 1519. Of course, it was established by the Spanish as a stronghold here on the Pacific coast.
And you can get tickets for $10 each. It includes a little kind of like trolley ride, I guess you would say, tram ride out to the museum and to the main event of the structures, which is the cathedral. Is that what it's called? Yep. Cathedral. And then, of course, the grounds contain a lot of other ruins you can walk around and view as well.
So the first thing that they have you do is get off the tram and go into the museum. And the museum is really informative and I think really interesting.
And it had some cool artifacts that I like. I really like seeing the things from that time period.
And also one of the highlights, of course, is how this place got destroyed towards the end of the museum. They take you through a chronology of that event. And this was established, like I said, in the early 1500s. And then in 1671, I believe, a pirate named Henry Morgan ransacked the city, killed about half the population. He was actually authorized to do so by the English government. And so at that point in history, people fled the city and they moved the city to another location called Casco Viejo.
Which is an awesome place to visit as well. Make sure you check out our videos about that neat place to tour.
All right, so we've already visited the museum, which was really cool. So Becky, let's explore the grounds. So Becky, I am really surprised at how large the ruins are.
Yeah, there's a lot to see here, isn't there?
Yeah, in fact, I read about this place, also saw some other YouTube videos about it, and they really described it as being small and the big bell tower being the main attraction. But as you know, as we're walking around, this place is very big with a lot of really cool structures, great photo opportunities. In fact, what did we see in the visitor center?
Oh, we saw a young girl probably here to take her quinceañero pictures. She looks so pretty. Yep. So this would be a great backdrop for that. And the weather today, we couldn't ask for better weather. It's been overcast, which makes it cooler, of course. It's rainy season since we're here in June. And so it's not raining, but it is overcast, which makes it a little bit cooler. Yeah,
and that's nice for June. So we don't mind the overcast weather. Also, an interesting part about these ruins, like I said, the city was ransacked in 1671, basically abandoned all the way to the year 2000. Wow. It wasn't until the year 2000 the government decided they needed to protect this site. And so for how many hundreds of years is that? 300 years? 17, 18, about 300 years. People just kind of came and went in here. In fact, we saw graffiti chiseled into the walls like hearts, and I saw the year 1982, I think. So the government stepped in and said, we need to protect this place because it is kind of a World Heritage Site. So we are surprised so far and really enjoying walking around these beautiful ruins of Panama Viejo.
And a tip, maybe bring bug spray for this visit, because with the grass and stuff, I am starting to get bit a little bit. So bring some bug spray is our tip for the day.
All right, Becky, let's head back for the graveled area so you won't get bit anymore. Like I just said, I am shocked at just how large of a ruins this is. When I read about this online, I thought the ruins would be something like this, maybe even smaller walls. But it is several acres, and look how large some of these remnants are. Again, the city was destroyed in 1671, totally ransacked, and now over 300 years later, so much of this is still preserved. So it's really cool just to walk around and see just how large of a place this is and how much of it is still here. So the main part of Panama Viejo is the big tower.
It is a beautiful cathedral. I mean, what's left of it, but it's pretty incredible that so much of it is still standing.
And we actually get to go up in the tower. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, this is exciting. Let's see what kind of views we have of this entire place at the top of the tower. So we made it to the top of the bell tower. It is so cool. You see all sorts of views. Look at this. There is Panama Bay with the mountains in the background, the container ships. Then you see downtown Panama City. Great views from here. What's the best part of this, Becky?
Wow. I mean, the structure is incredible, but the views are awesome.
I have the mic, so Becky said structure's great. The views, I thought she would say the breeze up here is outstanding. And then if you look behind Becky, you can see into the interior of Panama, which is really cool. So let's conclude this visit to Panama Viejo right at the top of maybe my favorite spot, the bell tower.
Yes, several flights up, so be prepared. I think it was 5 or 6 flights up.
Yep.
But it is definitely worth it. The views, the breeze, everything's beautiful up here.
So Panama Viejo, I think, is a definite must-see site, especially for history buffs. It's really cool. But even those not so interested in history, you get great views, and it's just an interesting part of Panama City. So when you come to Panama City, I would suggest make your way out to Panama Viejo.